Hey there my lovelies, and welcome to my BookTube channel, The Sassy Library Fox. My name is V, and today we're kind of celebrating, or well, we're actually celebrating my 5 years on BookTube. Yes! This is actually one of those, I think, solid anniversaries. It's 5 years, so the first huge birthday. If you want to call it like that. I probably should have, I don't know, decorated more, celebrated more, but as you all know, I'm a very laid-back person. So yeah, we will make do with what I have here. I asked you guys which kind of video you want to see on here. I posted a question on BookTube, and I also posted it in one of my stories on Instagram, and the huge majority was for a tag video with interesting questions. So yeah, it's been a while I last did a tag video, so I decided to go and look for one. This time around, because it are way too many questions, I decided I would just screenshot it with my mobile phone and would read the questions from here. And yeah, as you all know, nothing on this channel happens without coffee. So let's work on that hand, mobile phone, coffee coordination. 5 years and I still didn't figure out how to do this properly. Anyway, let's not dwell on the shortcomings. Let's celebrate those 5 years. I'm just gonna take a sip here. And the tag I decided to go for here is the 20 questions book tag. What are my reading preferences? And I got tagged for this tag twice already. The first time Katja tagged me at Reading with Katja. I think her channel has a different name by now. I will make sure to blend it in and to write it down in the description box so that you find Katja's channel. I think it's Reading and Writing with Katja now, but I'm not too sure. People keep changing their channel names and I'm always confused. But yeah, Katja tagged me, thank you so much. And I think in 2024, Jay at My Quarter Life Crisis tagged me as well. So those two tagged me a while ago. You already have 2026. Yeah, but as already said, and as I always say, I will get to your tags. Please tag me for whatever you want. I will get to your tag eventually. Okay, so without further ado, let's celebrate those 5 years on BookTube. I can't believe I actually made it that far. Honestly, how did time pass so quickly? I can still remember my first video, and every time I think about it, I'm like a pile of shame on the ground. My first video was horrible. I like to think that I improved with my videos and that I'm doing better and that I'm better on cam and became more, how do you say it? I became more coherent on cam. I can express myself better. I like to think that. I honestly don't know if this is just my impression or if I really got better with making videos, but I have the feeling that I'm doing much better than at the beginning, where I had a lot of errors and, you know, the usual stuff you have when you do videos and don't know how to do them. Anyway, back to the 20 questions. 20 questions is a lot, so I better buckle up and get through this. First question. How many books are too many books in a book series? That's a valid question and a good one. Quite honestly, I still haven't figured out. I guess since I mostly read trilogies, and was quite disappointed with every series that had more than 3 books. I will just say a trilogy is the perfect length for a series, because usually with the series I read that went with more than 3 books, you always have the problem that the plot suffers, that some things don't make sense because the author needs to introduce a new plot line, and yeah, most of the time they are just extensions of the first trilogy, so they have different characters as well, or the characters you loved so much change during the course of the next couple of books. So far, I didn't make a lot of good experiences with more than 3 books. So I would say the perfect length for a series is 3 books. Not that I didn't read a couple of series where there were 5 or 6 books, 4 books, or even series with, I think Charlene Harris series had like 12 books, and I made it through all of them. But yeah, those were different series. It's hard to explain that, but Charlene Harris' book series was supposed to be that long, so she took a lot of time to write the plot, and every book had a different plotline and story, but they were all interconnected with each other, if you get what I mean. Anyway, enough of that. Question number 2. How do you feel about cliffhangers? Honestly, I hate them. I absolutely hate cliffhangers. I don't like them, not at all. Every time when I read a book series and there's a cliffhanger at the end, and I know I have to wait 2 or 3 years until the next book comes out, I'm kind of cursing myself for even picking up the book. I don't do well with cliffhangers. I also don't do well with open endings, so I hate them, basically. But I think that's also the reason why I tend to wait until an entire series is out before I read it. That way I can avoid the cliffhangers. Yeah, I'm always late to the party due to that, but better late than never, right? And better than suffering the next 3 or so years. Okay, next question. Number 3, hard copy or paperback? Definitely paperback. I love my paperbacks. They are so easy to transport. They aren't thick. They don't take a lot of space, and they are also not heavy. So paperback all the way, always. It's really my preferred way of reading a story in the book, because e-reader is nice too, but yeah, it's not that good on my eyes, and I think paperback is just the best media for me to consume books. Okay, question number 4, favorite book. Favorite book. That's always such a mean question because I love so many books, but I will just go with 3 here, and I will say them from the top of my head. The Picture of Dorian Gray, All for the Game. I know it's an entire series, but I don't care. It's all for the game. And the third one that easily comes to mind is The Song of Achilles, I think. Yeah, those 3. But also all of Andrew Joseph White's books, especially Hell Followed With Us. I loved Hell Followed With Us. And this is already 4 books, so yeah, we'll leave it at that. Question number 5, least favorite book. Okay, the least favorite book. That's hard. That's really an unexpected question, and there were so many books I didn't like lately, but least favorite. Well, okay, you got me there. I think I will just go with the first book that came to my mind now, and it is Imagine Me by Tahereh Mafi. Which is funny because I love Tahereh Mafi's books. I love the entire Shadow Me series, at least the first 3 books. I'm a huge Tahereh Mafi fan, but yeah, she managed to write my least favorite book as well. That's interesting, but it is the answer I go with, and you just do with that whatever you want. Okay. Next up, number 6, love triangles, yes or no? In German, when people have to choose between yes or no, it's ja or nein. And we invented that third option, jein, which basically is a mixture of yes and no. So, yes, if the love triangle is done well. No, if it isn't. I think not a lot of authors managed to pull it off that I loved and liked their love triangle. Cassandra Clare is one of the few authors that actually manages to write love triangles I like. I can't think of another book right here that had a great love triangle I would recommend, but if they are done really well, then I like them. But if the second love interest is just used as a tool to further the plot and to make the relationship between the MC and their actual love interest more interesting, then a hard no. I think this is a good compromise. And the answer I will go with. Number 7, the most recent book you just couldn't finish. The most recent book you just couldn't finish. Well, first of all, I have to say that I didn't DNF a book for years. For years. Until I actually had to DNF a book last year, and it was really hard to do that, but I started to read Beyond Redemption and I only heard great things about this book, and it's been on my to be read since 2019, and it was actually one of those books on my 2019 to be read I wanted to read so that I could finish the list finally. I think there are just 3 books left I haven't read yet. I'm really aiming to finish the 2019 to be read in this year, in 2026. Last year I thought I would just pick it up and read Beyond Redemption, but I barely got a couple of pages in and just had to stop reading. I honestly, it was a hard DNF, and the thing that caused me to DNF it is something really petty and stupid, but I just couldn't read this book due to this reason, because apparently the author of Beyond Redemption chose German words to describe people and to describe things, and just to describe his characters, or he gave German names to the characters, and it absolutely made me crazy. There's no other way to say this, but it made me crazy to read about characters that had German words as their family names. And then we had, I can't even remember, my brain decided to bleach everything I read. But I remember cities were named after German words, and it was so jarring to read for me. It was like reading a children's book. I think that's the best way I can describe it. Imagine you're reading a full grown up yeah, dystopian book more or less. And then you have people and characters named like Mr. Nice and Mr. Unfriendly or something like that. And then you also have cities that have weird names like the city of rejection or whatever. And you read this in the book, and for the author and for a lot of readers that don't speak German, this might be totally fun and okay, but for me, as a German native, it was horrible. It was so jarring, I just couldn't. So that one was the first, and so far the only book I ever DNF'd due to petty reasons and being a native German speaker. I'm sorry, but I just couldn't do it. It was like reading a children's book with very serious topics, so it was just a no. A no, no, no. Okay, next one. 8. A book you're currently reading. A book I'm currently reading is Iron Flame. It's a huge book. It has 640 pages. And I'm also currently reading The Wicked Margin. It has less pages, but so far it's been really interesting. Iron Flame, I have my thoughts and my feelings, but I will talk about it in my wrap-up videos, so stay tuned for that one. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, those are 2 books I'm currently reading because I have to return them to the library at the beginning of March. And yeah, 640 pages is quite a lot, and I'm trying my best to read them. Okay, number 9. Last book you recommended to someone. The last book I recommended to someone, I think it was the Farseer trilogy to my bestie, because I know she loves fantasy books, and that one sounded totally like her and like she would enjoy it. But also I give a lot of recommendations to my sister, and some of the books she enjoys, some she doesn't. But she does, but she's not that blown away by them as I am, or appreciates them as much as I did. But yeah, so far every book I recommended to her was read and got at least 3 to 4 stars. Some even got 5, so that's great. It's hard with my sister. She has a very special taste when it comes to books. It's not easy to recommend books to her, but most of the time, like about 80%, I'm good at recommending books to her. Yeah. 10. Oldest book you've read, publication date. The oldest book I've read. Whoa, I don't know. Probably The Picture of Dorian Gray. Are the Three Musketeers older than that one? I honestly don't know. It's hard. But I think it might have been 18th century. The oldest book I read. It's not that easy to pinpoint it. But I could try to take a look and let you know above. If I find out which book is the oldest book I ever read, I will just write it in up there, and yeah, you can see it, because right now I got no clue, absolutely no clue. Newest book you've read is question number 11, the newest book I've read. Since I'm always late with the publications, I would say the newest book I read was Stolen Moments, that was just released. So that definitely qualifies, right? And alphabetically definitely qualifies. It was a really good book, by the way, and I will talk about it in my February wrap-up as well. So if you want to know more about it, please check out the February wrap-up video. Did I just advertise my video? I think I did. I'm so bad at this, so yeah. Question number 12, favorite author. Now that is a hard one, because I got so many favorite authors whose books I read like crazy. Cassandra Clare is definitely one of the authors I read the most. Victoria Aveyard is one of my favorite authors. Andrew Joseph White is one of my absolute favorite authors. C.G. Drews is amazing as well. Alice Oseman, I think I've read all of their books. Someone else I can think of. There are just too many amazing authors. It's really hard to pick just one. Okay, let me take a sip here. On the phone, it's not that easy because I always have to get back into the phone. It always closes after I answer the question. Okay, number 13. Buying books or borrowing books? Borrowing books. Always borrowing books. I mean, my channel isn't named the Sassy Library Fox for no reason. I love to go to the library. I made it one of my personal goals for this channel this year that I will get up another library book haul video, because I always read the books I borrow from the library and I hold them in the cam when I do my to be read video or my wrap-up video, but I never pause to actually do a library haul video because they've all been from the library so far, or a lot of them are from the library. But I think I want to bring that back. I want to bring back library book haul videos in which I just speak about the books I found in the library and I'll hopefully be able to read, because I kind of miss doing those videos. I did them a lot at the beginning of this channel when it was still a young channel. Now I'm among the oldies after 5 years of booktubing, I think. So I want to get back into making those videos. I honestly don't know if you want to see them as well. If you do, please write it down in the comments. It will help me to know what you're looking forward to and which kind of content you want from me. So if you watch this and you want another library haul video, please write it down in the comments so I can react. This channel is still a democracy, as I always like to tell you, so please let me know. Okay, question number 14. A book you dislike that everyone else seems to love. Well, I think last year I read 2 of those books. I read Kingdom of the Wicked and I read Powerless. And both of those books seem to be very beloved by the bookish community, and a lot of people, readers, reviewers, bloggers, booktubers seem to love those 2 books and the series in general, but I didn't enjoy them that much, and I mentioned both of them in my Not My Cup of Tea book video and Books of 2025 video. So if you want to know the reasons why, you better start at that video. I talked about it in length, and when I say that, I mean really long and extensively. Yeah. Nothing I ever do is just short. But if you've been around for the last 5 years, you actually know that, right? Okay, question number 15. Bookmarks or dog ears? Bookmarks, always bookmarks. I personally, I hurt so much when I see a book that has dog marks. I don't like that at all. I always have my bookmarks, and by now I have the system that on my bookmarks there are tabs I can put in when I have a quote I want to mark. So it's always bookmarks with me. Dog ears. You don't want to hurt the poor book, do you? My heart aches when I see books that have dog ears. 16. A book you can always reread. All for the game. Captive Prince. Yeah, the All for the Game series by Norris Zakevich is one of those books I can read again and again. The entire series, I never get tired of it. And the other one is the Captive Prince series by C.S. Paket. I've read that one so often already, and it's always nice and a pleasure to get back to this world and to read it again. So those are the two book series I really read quite often. Yeah, it's both book series I just can get back again and again into. 17. Can you read while hearing music? Yes, I got no problem with that. Actually, most of the time when I get to read is on the train, and I just put on my headphones, turn on the music and read my book. Yeah, I can do both. I've never had trouble doing this. I know a lot of people in my family are very disturbed by this. They are always like, how can you read while listening to music? Isn't it distracting? But no, it actually gives me more focus and I can concentrate on the book better. Yeah. It is the way it is. I honestly don't understand people who can't listen to music while reading books. I mean, if it is an audiobook, I get it. I wouldn't be able to hear music while listening to an audiobook as well. But reading a physical book in your hands while listening to music, no problem. Absolutely no problem. Okay, let me take a sip here. And let's heed to question number 18. One point of view or multiple point of views? Multiple. I'm a huge fan of multiple point of views. I don't know why that is. I think maybe it helps to get into the character's mind a little better. Every time I read a book that is just told from one point of view and you have a love interest, I would really love to know what the other side is thinking and feeling. So it's multiple point of views are the kind of books that keep me on my toes and that help me to understand the characters better. And if the book is character driven, and very character driven at that, I really appreciate multiple point of views. That doesn't mean that I don't read books with just one point of view as well, but a lot of the times the author doesn't manage to convey the feelings of the other person, and I'm one of those people that would rather like to know what the other person is thinking. So yeah, multiple point of views it is for me, I think. I think we're almost at the ending. Question number 19. Do you read a book in one sitting or multiple days? Always multiple days. I think it's been a long time. I last managed to read a book in one sitting. I think the last book I read like that were short books and easy to digest books. The one I remember that is at the front of my mind right now is Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda. It was the last book I really paged through on one day. I started to read it in the morning and I finished reading it in the afternoon, I think. It's not that many pages to read and the story had me so engaged. I just wanted to know how it would continue. Yeah. But that's legit the last book I can remember that I read in one sitting. Usually I have like 6 or 7 books on my currently reading, and since I'm such a mood reader, I change and vary between them. Right now there are 3 books on my currently reading. I'm reading excessively, and it's Iron Flame, The Wicked Margin, and Fish and Chips. So those 3 are vary between those 3, and it keeps me on my toes. I like to change between them. It's easier that way. So yeah, more than 1 book, and definitely not in a sitting. I think the times in which I could read books in one sitting are over, because if you've got a job, family, and other things you have to consider and to do, reading a book in one sitting is just really hard. It's not easy anymore to read a book in one sitting. I would have to have holidays or vacation to do that. Otherwise, it's not doable and manageable. Okay, and I think we've reached the last question. Wow, 20 questions already. Who do you tag? Oh, yeah, that's a good question. I honestly don't know who to tag. I'll obviously not tag Katja or Jay, but maybe I will tag Bia or Becky. Yeah, I will think about a couple of people I'm going to tag for this, and I hope they didn't do this one already. I'll make sure to tag them down in the description box below so that you can also check out their channels. And I will give it a think. Yeah, I think that's it, and we've made it to the ending of my 5-year anniversary video. I can't believe it's been 5 years already. I remember starting with my first video and it wasn't even this scale, but it was like this scale, and it was horrible and so forced and not good at all. Yeah, I'm honestly, I got better at recording videos, and alone changing the format into this one was already a very good idea. But I gotta say, it's been a fun ride so far. 5 years on here were really nice. I got to know a lot of other booktubers and I made friendships with them, and that's so nice. I think it's the bookish community on BookTube here is really such a nice and friendly community, and it's fun to be a part of it. And as I already said and always say, I just want to be a little bit more active because I wasn't lately, and I'm honestly trying my best to get back into the swing of things and to reconnect with my friends on here, maybe even make new friends. So yeah, 5 years has been a wild ride, but a fun one at that. Considering I started my channel during another COVID lockdown. And because I was basically bored and wanted to talk about books with someone, and even if that person wasn't actively there, but just watching my video and commenting on it, it helped. It started as some sort of lockdown therapy, you might say, but I continued to post videos and I continued to talk about books, and it's been a fun ride so far. I honestly wouldn't want to miss it. It's been a pleasure, a privilege, and really such a nice thing to talk bookish with you guys, and I hope I will be able to continue this for a very long time. And yeah, that my videos, my content, and the way I present the content will get better and even better with time. Yeah, That's my goal for the next 5 years, if you want to call it like that. And yeah, thank you so much for sticking around for 5 years. To all the people that really started with me when I had like 10 subscribers or so. Thank you so much. You get a finger heart for that alone, for just sticking around and following my videos. And a special shout out to Sarah here, because Sarah has been around, I think, ever since the start, and Sabrina as well. They, both of them, have supported me so much with this channel, and it's so nice to have readers and to know that people are watching those videos and comment them. And Annie as well, and Cello, thank you guys so much for being around. And Cem as well. Cem has been around on here for a very long time. It's just really lovely and nice to know that you all have stuck around for such a long time. And it means the world to me. I can't say this any differently and more clear. It means the world that you've stuck around for so many years and still comment on my videos. I love that. So yeah, for everyone I didn't mention here, you are loved as well and very much appreciated. If I would just list every person that ever watched my channel and started to follow my content, I would sit here for a very long time, so we'll leave it at that. Thank you to everyone who is watching this video right now. And yeah, let's head for the next 5 years on BookTube and see if I will celebrate my 10-year anniversary as well. Okay, this said, we're already at the ending of my video, and there's nothing left to say except of take care, stay healthy and safe, and see you around the next time. Bye!